That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Why am I hearing my own voice? I wonder if I can fuck up the sound a bit. Why am I hearing my own voice? Maybe if I... Maybe if I change the sound. So now I've got the sound of the game up higher. No, it doesn't appear to be changing it. So I can turn my headphones down, which I don't need to do. Okay. What a pile of shit. Hello. That's interesting. Now I'm not hearing anything. What? Okay, now I can't hear anything and I have no idea why. Sorry. Why is there no sound from me? Oh, that's because I've got it fucking set to the TV. That I don't have. Hello, can you hear me? Cool. It's bad news, I'm afraid. Basically, Sony are a massive bag of cunt sacks, and there's a bug that means you can't select to stream without it including your voice, unless you set it to private, in which case you're still streaming your voice anyway. So for our purposes, there is no way to do what we want to do at the moment until they patch it, which they haven't bothered doing for the last 2 months. I don't think so, because there are 2 separate menus that I have changed the settings on, and the setting change makes no difference. So it appears to be the case that they want you to have that functionality, but that they haven't implemented it properly, which is like fuck all use for us. It's like unless I looked. There's like a forum or a Reddit thread or something that's basically saying, yep, I'm having exactly the same thing, it's a bug, and they're not doing anything about it yet. Keep moaning, and maybe they will. But basically, because I know it's frustrating not understanding what's going on, and I barely do, and I'm fucking pissed off. The menus it's offering me look pretty much like this, and I'm well, I mean, I'll install it on the PS4 again. I'm trying to sell it to get like as many hundreds as I can out of it. But like, it doesn't mean that I'll be able to sell it straight away. So, in the meantime, we can. It's just fucking crazy, isn't it? But yeah, I have to reinstall it. So I don't know how long it took again. It's gonna take that time to get it set up, so I might just do it like overnight or this evening, and then I'll be ready to do stuff going forward. I'm just gonna copy my save files back over, so I have them on both, and then fucking enable play on there. I'm really sorry. So I'm gobsmacked. Well, I'm not, but these are not. Yeah, right. There is no reason at all. These are very, very simple things to implement. Good plan. Do it all? Oh shit, the light fitting is too small. Mhm. Oh, you mean the light fitting is too dangly? Yeah. Fuck. What does Beat Saber actually do? No, I haven't. Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to clean up some message stuff. Right, so it's like a boxing thing, but are you holding things in your hands, or does it pick up where your hands are? Nice. Hence why you were saying you picked up 2 motion controllers, got you. Like, having played on the who's got what? I know Paul doesn't have an Oculus. Brett's one has 2 handsets, which I presume will be the same with yours. Okay. So they're like joysticks basically that you hold, and then they have detectors on them for and buttons and stuff. If they're anything like the Oculus ones. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, they're not like the Move. That was a bit outdated, right? Yeah, I know what you mean. You could end up punching the wall or something if you're not careful. Sorry if I seem a bit quiet, just a little bit stressed and mummed out. So what are you up to? Oh, I was supposed to be meeting Brett and Dan online for a bit at 9, and I just got a message through from Brett about half an hour ago saying, "Oh, can you say hi to Dan from me? I'm not going to make it because I'm working and then I'm going to sleep, and I'll call you later and tell him I'm going to meet him tomorrow." And I'm just wondering why I still have to do that, why I'm telling him that Brett's meeting Dan, why he's not seeing me, why he's not called yesterday and he said he would, and kind of a bit pissed off about it. Yep. I saw him like a couple of times this weekend, a couple of times last weekend, but nothing during the week, and he keeps saying this, that and the other, and then it doesn't pan out, so I don't really want to sit in the channel just me and Dan. I'm a bit too tired for that. I was going to just sit and be quiet, but like, so he's basically bailed on me and is now expecting me just to tell Dan that he's going to be seeing him, and I've got no idea where I even fucking come into it because he hasn't bothered to tell me when he's seeing me. So that's nice. Yeah, I do feel like a bit of an extraneous item sometimes. I don't want to go and babysit Dan on my own for an hour. I want to have a conversation, but I don't have the energy for just me and Dan for hours. And then when's he gonna call? I'm tired. I need. That's true. I don't suppose you feel like sticking around, do you? I don't mean anything against Dan. It's just I'm on edge talking to him because he's so easy to set off. And I mean, I don't mean that in a horrible way. I mean, like I want to hang out with you. It's. That's true. Well, I'd rather deal with it. Sorry. Fuck's sake. I just feel awkward. Like I don't. I don't know why he randomly bought me a PS5. I don't know why. All I want is, to book time in and know that we're going to get it, and that's the one thing that doesn't seem to be happening. And I'm being showered with expensive consoles that I say specifically I don't need. So I can't actually say anything because I feel ungrateful, but it's like he's always busy with work, he's always tired, and now it's like I don't believe he's going to call me. If he does call me, I'm just sitting here waiting for him to call while he goes out to get some milk. I'm supposed to just stress about when he's calling. It's never when I need to. It's never on my time scale. Never on my terms. It really is. Like when we have more time together, it's okay, but when it's like so fucking tight like this, and I'm just like, oh okay, I guess I'll just wait for you again, because I can't do anything else. Like I need him to make a bit more of an effort to actually pick a time, or let me pick a time and stick to it, rather than me just constantly hovering and wondering when he's gonna fucking show up or change his mind. It's really not making me feel particularly valued. Yeah, like I'm tired too. He's working. He's putting work above me. Why doesn't he message Dan himself? I don't begrudge doing that. It's just I was expecting to chat to him and relax the three of us as friends, and now I'm being told that I'm babysitting Dan. And again, I have to tell Dan that Brett's meeting him tomorrow. So I've said to him, what time should I tell Dan that you're meeting him then? Because he hasn't even given me a time. Everyone's just fits in with his busy life, apparently. Now I feel like a dick for saying it, but it's so stressful not knowing when to hope and not being able to ask anything because he's like fucking freaks out. If I express it to him, he gets just weird. Like, I felt like I was pressuring him, but it's been so long since I've made any, literally any requests of him that I'm starting to think, well, he needs to do something or I'm going to have to say something, and then if he gets pissy at me, that could be a big problem. Because I think he just takes it for granted that everything's on his terms now. Yes, do not pop. Welcome back. Yeah. Sorry? Um, yeah, it'd be nice if Horizon worked. I think that would be nice. Let me think. Are you playing Final Fantasy on the PlayStation then as well? Okay. See if it's I would hope. That would be cool. Sorry, just yeah, well, we can test Sony again and see. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a bitch and I don't mean to speak ill of Brett, it's just frustrating and I just when I get scared I don't want to be unreasonable, it's just I'm so worried about being unreasonable. Sometimes I don't say anything and then I am unreasonable because I'm so stressed. So I said to him, "Oh, and what time shall I be free to chat?" Kiss, kiss, kiss. And I'm convinced that that's going to come back with him being grumpy, and that might just be because I'm obsessive. But I'm already stressed that I shouldn't have asked that. But at the same time, I feel like I shouldn't be worried about asking that because that's a bad sign. So now I don't know. The fact that I'm obsessing over something so small is a big problem, and I've been doing that a lot recently because I feel like the time we've had has been quite limited, and he's been very tired every time, and I just feel like I'm not being made space for. So I haven't said any of that. I'm trying just to not be a dick. But I don't know if saying that makes me one, you know? All I want to know is what time to set aside for him and when. Just, I don't normally ask that. Like, it's like me saying, hey, what time should I be ready to take the phone call? Like, you know, like, it's not like you try hard enough or anything like that. It's not, you know, it's like you don't. You have to book. I'm basically saying you have to book phone calls with me now, aren't I, if I say that? Is that going to make him think that I'm unavailable? Like, I just need the peace of mind of knowing when I'm going to be in talking to him mode and how long I have just to chill out and what I'm doing in between. Because it's really disruptive when we're doing things or I'm trying to plan things and I get a phone call for like 5 minutes and then another 2 minutes and then 5 minutes again, and I would stop everything just to have that phone call, but it really starting to stress me out, right? Like, I have to just break my chain of thought, whatever, and then talk to him about random crap, and we don't have long enough to have a real conversation, and I don't really know. And sometimes he says, oh, I shouldn't have called, or I don't want to, and he's just, I don't know, like, it's not quality time. It's not like, hey, let's have a chat for a bit. That's not what happens when he calls. That's exactly it, yeah. I want to look forward to speaking to him. So I'm asking so that I can do that, but I'm worried he's going to get the wrong end of the stick. But, I shouldn't feel like that about him. I should feel safe and close enough that that's not a worry. So why am I worrying about it? And is it my OCD? And yeah, it's just all making me feel a bit obsessive, which again, The last thing I want is for that to make him feel like he should feel bad though, right? Or for him to react stressfully. So, like, how do I fix that? I don't like feeling like it's on me to fix it, because I'm not blaming him for anything really. I'm just frustrated because I don't know what to do. So it's like, right, I've taken this action and I've asked what time to keep clear, so hopefully that will work. And if it doesn't, maybe he's not the person that I think he is. Anyway, that's how extreme my thoughts just got. Oh, really? How the fuck? Like, there's literally no excuse for that. They both play Backcat games, right? That's just so silly. I feel like I'm being ungrateful to him now, for fuck's sake. I can't ever just have a normal thought about this kind of stuff. I'm either like repressing everything or feeling like I'm being a cunt the other way. He just spent a load of money on me, and like, it's not. I don't consider that to be him doing it because he feels guilty or anything like that. Like, it crosses my mind, I worry, but there's no reason to think that. He's just very generous and it's really nice and I'm really grateful. So, and especially me. But if he doesn't, but he might be trying his very best, right? And that he can't do. We used to go through this, and like, I don't want to go back to making him feel like he's not doing enough. But at the same time, right now it's like. So how do I justify that, and how do I explain it to him so that we can do something about it without him getting grumpy? Because it might just look like whatever he does I want more, and that's far from it. It's just that I value his time more than anything in the world, and I want to have it be quality time, not just broken up conversations in between car journeys. And I want to look forward to it. I want it to be more frequent. Yep. I don't know for how long, I don't know when, I don't know where, I don't know what we'll be doing. I don't know anything. This future's feeling really quite scary at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, I can see myself just feeling like I've been ungrateful and then beat myself up even more because I've pushed away someone that actually does care about me because I'm too fucking depressed and ungrateful to realise it, because I do that sometimes. I just focus on all the bad shit and then I'd never forgive myself. So yeah, even sending that message about when should I keep clear, I'm just worried that that's the wrong thing to send, and I know it's hard for him to plan with times, and I know he's going to make the time to call me when he can, and I don't begrudge him for not calling me yesterday. It's just, how do I admit to him that I'm nervous of him calling me? Because that's how it's starting to feel. What does that mean? Is it just because I want to have time set aside to switch off and talk to him, and I'm not getting that because of the nature of how the calls are going, or is it something bad? And what if he interprets... Anyway, I'm just obsessing, I'm sorry. I don't want to be doing all those what ifs. I don't trust myself not to ruin good things. I'm trying to think of a way I can, like, watch you play and still... I just want to speak to my friend while he plays a game and can hear the game too. That's true. So I completely initialized and formatted it, did the 3-hour like wipe everything the other night. So I'm kind of stressing over, like, I need to sell it as soon as possible, and although I said I put stuff back on it, I'm stressed about doing it. It's not a problem to hang out with a friend. It's not a big deal to do that. It's fucking brain block. So I want to get some money back from that because, you know, then I'm like, you know, Brett's giving me something nice, and I'm like, yeah, he was like, don't give the money back to me, sell it and get some money back for your overdraft and like stuff like that. So, you know, I want to actually follow through on that quickly and not have it sit around. I haven't decided yet, but I don't want to fucking like fuck up our ability to play games because you can't play on a PS5 because you don't have one because I've been accelerated past where you're at, so I feel a bit awkward. And I feel like I'm being unreasonable because I was kind of like frustrated because when you said why you have a PS5, I was like, oh shit, like, this is annoyed because Brett's buying things for me that he shouldn't be, and I'm just a bad friend. And I wasn't thinking about Brett being kind. I was thinking it's very generous of him, but I feel awkward instead of just saying to you, yeah. So I shouldn't have sent that message. I shouldn't have asked him about what time I should be free. I just get myself into. I don't know how to get support with some of the things I worry about without making him think that I actually do think bad things. Because he's so tired and stressed, we never have a chance to have a conversation like this, like I'm having with you right now. I'm afraid that he's less tolerant of that now. I'm afraid that if I stress him out, that we'll go backwards to when I used to really worry that I was being a shit, and I want to reassure him. And it's become a defense mechanism now, so I don't know when it's... He's so tired with work and stressed with home that I feel like there isn't room for me to be worried about stuff. He just doesn't want that, so I feel like I just make him sad if I'm not fine. And that's not healthy. No, see, I'm starting. So the reason I'm worrying like this and having all these dark thoughts is because I'm feeling like he's doing that, because I'm villainizing him, because I'm afraid of what might happen, and that's all I can see, and it's kind of feeding into what I know the OCD does. So it's like, how do I break this and not send messages that are unhelpful, but find a way out of my own head and expressing these things in a way that I don't feel so burdened by them, and I don't feel so guilty, and I don't feel like I'm being unreasonable. And this conversation is really helping, but like I don't really get much chance to talk to him like this because I think I'm too highly strung for him to manage that in combination with everything else he's dealing with. So I could delete that last message. I'm just obsessing about. He's like, you know, why do you worry about the little things? Just take care of things, it'll be okay. And here's me worrying about a little thing because sometimes little things piss people off. My hair obsession's come back as well. I'm trying to push that away. It's really it beats over that. Yeah. That looks interesting. I could delete that message before he sees it, but then he'll see that I deleted the message. Why does it matter? He's gonna think I'm suggesting or pressuring something. Because I was when I said it. Or was I? How do I ever break free of this toxic thinking if I have to test my relationship to do it? It's not... I deserve to lose a relationship if I'm going to test things like this on it, right? God, I hate OCD so much. I really, really do. It's exhausting and it tells me everything is going to go wrong all the time. That's all. This is fun. Oh, I'm really sorry. I just realised it's because I opened it on my phone, so it's probably coming through the mic, right? Sorry, that might have been really loud and I didn't realise. In fact, it was probably louder for you because I have my headset on and that's picking up on the mic. That looks interesting. 3,000 plus notes. That's Beat Saber. Yeah. Quite a lot. So... I mean, you could risk breaking the light and or your skull, but yeah, probably not sensible to do that. I'm really sorry for being an obsessive asshag. I hate It embarrasses me. I haven't I hit it as well? No, I think I took a jumper off or something and like punched it. I definitely recall. I see. I'm pretty sure you heard it because it was loud, and I went ow because it's quite a hefty piece of metal, as I recall. Which is why I always feel bad before I laugh whenever you hit your head on that. I mean, I still laugh because there's no point not laughing, right? We've got to accept the at least get something for the pain. Yeah. It'd be pointless for you to suffer and then nobody benefit from it. That would just be a waste and a squandering of it. Yep. I need to get better at doing that. Well, that's what she said, and still waiting to hear back from her. Actually, I'm not sure if she's okay. I said that's what she said. I'm still waiting to hear back from her. So pretty hard, I'm guessing. Why am I even surprised Sony failed so hard? Right. I'm just planning out what I'm doing because so when I'm gonna pop on. I mean, assuming Dan shows up, and I don't mean that in any kind of a negative way. I just mean his timetable is flexible. He's sleeping during the day, and he may not be awake. But I've agreed, or the arrangement was that we would meet online at 9, so 45 minutes, and then I need to be in Discord to speak to him. So at that point, I will need to swap over and do some kind of hybridized, like maybe be on Discord with Dan and chat to you on stream, or me and him can watch you play and talk to you if you want to do that. Nice, okay. That works. As it is nice to speak to you in person, air quotes, degrees of separation. I just did a pizza fart and it's horrible. Yeah, be grateful. Ugh. I ordered my medicine like 3 days ago and I've not heard back from them. I need to start ordering it like 2 weeks in advance, I think. Yeah, I do. I've missed a few days like on and off, and that's never good. But I didn't think I'd missed enough. And I had it. It wasn't like I didn't have it. I was just like, I was really feeling really lethargic and tired in the evenings and twitching loads, and I just didn't have the energy, literally, just to sit and get pills out and stop and take them and drink. I just didn't want to do anything, like the whole of last week where I wasn't working either. Yeah, well, it sucks because even when it's there at the levels that I've been told to take it, it still doesn't stop me feeling really shit, but it definitely helps to some degree. So I know that that's made a difference, even if it's like a 2% difference. It's something. And now I haven't got any, and I want to take some, and I can't. So it's another day. It's just draining, and I don't want to keep taking diazepam because that's not helpful. That's a temporary thing. Yeah, you joke, but I have done that a little bit. A couple of nights when I was like feeling like I needed to sleep, but I was stressed, and I was just like, I just had a drink or two. But I've been making sure not to just fucking do that for the sake of it, because that's really stupid. If I don't want to drink when I'm feeling down, I was like, no, I kind of feel like a drink, so I'll lean on that rather than just I'll drink because then my mental state will be altered. That's definitely the bad place. I played guitar yesterday for a couple of hours and shared loads of songs with Brett and was painting and stuff, so yesterday was a productive day. Just he doesn't know that I wasn't in work last week or the week before that, because again I'm afraid of stressing him out, and I feel like I've created a gulf, but I'm overthinking it. Yeah, and I'm gonna just keep going in now. I need to be just okay, because it's these things drag on, and I've never been off that long, and I had him not know that I've been off. As far as he's aware, I've been in every day. I've led him to believe I am. He hasn't asked, and I haven't well, no, I have kind of a couple of times specifically said something happened, like I spoke to a customer or something in the course of the day, just because that's what would make sense. I don't want it to be a secret. It's just like he would ask why I'm not in, and then I'd be like, oh, I'm feeling down, and he'd be like, why are you feeling down? And I'd be like, well, I miss you and I feel depressed, and there's not much you can do. And then what does he do from there apart from feel like he's not doing good enough? And then I moan that I feel like he's not doing enough. So, what the fuck, Laura? What are you doing? Like, maybe... And then I send that message, right? So maybe that message is the other part of me that's lying to him, and I'm actually going to cause a problem because I'm feeling one way, and it's me causing it, and I'm hiding that from him, so I'm villainizing him. Yeah. Honestly, I was afraid that he'd be upset with me, and that I wouldn't be able to handle the worry about him being upset with me. Because I'm neurotic, and I didn't want to feed it. But what if I'm just sabotaging what we have by not actually trusting him with some things, and then I am looking for it. I'm looking for ways that he's not being available because I feel like I'm separating myself from him. So I'm putting myself in a mindset where I'm going to feel and notice and look for those things even more. And it's hard. Yeah, I'm getting into a little bit of a hole, so I keep coming back to this feeling and going, well, that feels shit, so do something else, and I have been, but I still feel like a twat for not telling him I've not been at work. And for actively hiding it. The thing is, I need to be able to be honest with him when I'm struggling, because honestly, if it is the case that I need more support, and the reason he can't give it is Elaine, well, there's only one way that'll ever change, without me just keeping things quiet and being miserable, right? So, I'm learning how to handle my own feelings, and at the moment I find it hard to trust people with certain things. I've only just learned to manage things myself, so it's like, part of it's wanting to be more independent, part of it's not trusting that I'm not going to upset him, and part of it's the fact that he has a very stressful life, and unfortunately he's not as available for me as he should be if things were normal. If we lived together, it would be different. I would still probably have issues, definitely, we'd probably stress about them, but I would feel able to share them because I wouldn't feel like the only time we had together I had to make the most of every time, I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to make every time we meet up okay, and a lot of the time if he's tired and I want to talk about something or whatever, he's just like, look, I'm sorry, I'm just tired, and that. He's always fucking tired, so I never feel like I can raise anything. Including the fact that I feel like I can't raise something, like how do I bring that up? See him like a couple of times a week and we're chilling out and maybe sleeping or just watching something and catching up on a show. And I'm supposed to start like a half-hour conversation that he's then going to go away and feel bad about, or I'm going to obsess about. I feel like I'm undermining the trust. Like, maybe I should always have been able to say these things, but for whatever reason I find it hard to. Partly because there have been times when I've been upset and the reaction I've got from him has been he gets angry at me. Or at least that's what it feels like. And I don't feel, I feel with COVID and stuff, I feel too lonely and worried that I don't want to give myself a reason to be paranoid. So I'm controlling my vulnerability so that I don't have to worry that he's worried about me. He's done nothing to make me feel this way. It's just my loneliness and frustration at not knowing how to communicate my condition and how to ask for what I need. And I'm trying to keep telling myself that, and I know I have to learn it. I have to actually learn it by just existing through it and not judging myself or beating myself up. Like, what have I done wrong? I feel like I've got reasons that I'm finding it hard to share things, and I don't really need that right now. I can start obsessing about, oh, maybe the fact that I've not been in work is going to make me different and will ruin the relationship and set in tone, but that sounds like another obsessive thought. Sounds to me like I ought to be able to not be in work and it shouldn't matter, and I should be able to get over it and I should be okay and I should be more independent, and then that's more healthy for the relationship. That's why I started trying to be more independent in the first place. So it's like 3 or 4 different voices in my head, not literally, all kind of going, you're a dick, Laura! Nobody loves you! You're gonna lose everybody that does love you, even though nobody does, and all this bollocks that sounds hilarious. Yep. Oh yeah. It's just, these physical tics I've been having have been so exhausted. I just haven't had the energy to put together a conversation about it. Like right now, I just you don't want to talk to you until I don't want to keep like I proper go on just to gabble, not even a conversation. I'm feeling like this, but with physical tics. Or not so much this week. It's ebbed away a bit. The last 2 weeks, though, I've been fucking exhausted, and that's nothing to do with Brett. Like he can't stop it happening, and it's not his fault that it is happening. And his presence in my life definitely helps and makes things better. It's just how the condition works. Yeah, it's very, very hard. Exactly. And he's very good with physical tics, but like when I try and explain mental stuff, I think it scares him. I think he's worried that, I'm going to lose it, or like, maybe that's something that Elaine does, and I feel like everything gets tense if I have a problem that I want to talk about, but yeah, I think so too. I think, and I, yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's hard for me to express what I'm actually feeling. The words are so much around the houses. All I'm basically conveying is that I feel anxious, and I know that I feel anxious for no particular reason, but he will try and find a reason, or I can't. If it's a physical, like he's a mate, like with physical tics, like I've never known anyone apart from you to be so like just feel so comfortable and understanding. Like if I have a twitch or something, I'd be like, "You're right," or he'll put his hand out, or he'll stroke me or something, and that is amazing. It's just, yeah, it's a bit, yeah, slightly different situation, a bit harder for you to do answer this appropriately. But like I'm so appreciative of that, and I just worry that it doesn't come across when I try to verbalize what's going on, because I can come across as incredibly tense suddenly, and knowing that sets people on edge makes it harder to not be tense, and it's just like it's hard. He doesn't get it, right? People don't understand what's going on in my head, and they feel like they can't help it, like they feel redundant, and it's really painful to know that all I want is just to have someone be there and understand, and know that they're feeling this pressure, and that I could stop that pressure if I just hid how uncomfortable I was. That's the OCD in a nutshell. It just makes you feel like an outsider, even in a group of people. And when it's one-on-one with someone you're really close with, I didn't. I wish I could. Maybe I need to explain that it's more like epilepsy, but like a lot of the times I have been upset, it's been because there's been some actual problem in the past, and I've learned that I don't need to be afraid like that. But I think Brett feels sometimes maybe like there's more going on than there is. Like I could literally just be ticking and feel down, and yeah, I know that's true. Yeah, yeah, I worry that that's the case. And I don't want to tell him I feel down, because I feel like that's me telling him that he's fucking up. I feel like they've become synonymous somehow. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But yeah, it's hard for me to express my own distress and take comfort and make it clear what's going on, because I don't even understand. Like I'm not, only in the last few years have I gotten used to having people around that I can be ill and try my best, and they don't just run away screaming. Be honest with, and that's still hard. So yeah, it's like I don't want him to feel like I'm hiding stuff, because that's also bad. But it's kind of like I yeah, like when I say I worry about that message I sent you, right? Instead of just wearing aloud at him all the time now, I've managed a lot of things better. But it's almost like I've lost that dialogue where I don't know how to say, "Oh, I'm obsessing." That's not even true either, though. Actually, It really isn't, because like the other week I was obsessing about something and I spoke to him about it and it was okay. So I think it's probably just my OCD finding a new way to undermine me. I'm trying to. It's horrible, right? Because every time that happens, it always feels like I've got a gun against my head. Every time, no matter how many times I challenge it, the next obsession always feels, yeah, like this is the real one. No matter how many times before I've gone, I've been here, it doesn't change. It's like standing at the edge of a train station. Like, you know that the last time that happened you didn't get sucked off, but you know there's a real opportunity this time that you might. That's how it feels. Every fucking time it feels relevant. What's that? Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So that's. I guess I'm trying to find an analogy that works. It's like there's a very real and present sense of danger. No, more like that the anxiety I have would actively be able to damage my life. That's the real and present danger. It's not the anxiety itself, it's seeing the damage and affecting things it does to people around me. That's the counselling's good. The more I understand this, the more it's like I'm like that. What I just said then, I didn't even understand that's how it worked, but it really is. I'm not afraid of the OCD. I'm afraid of. It might require incredibly caring and patient people, and I consider myself very lucky for the ones I already know. But I'm greedy. No, you can't be around all the time. Brett's not around all the time, and that's fine. But like, what if I fuck up my relationship with Brett? And what if I don't meet any other friends or people? And when my mum dies, then I'll just literally be like living on your doorstep, like some pathetic limpet. Yeah, I feel bad saying that as well, right? 'Cause it's like I'm thinking, oh, if Brett's not in my future in that. Like, I know that's my OCD telling that, isn't it? Because I don't mean that, and you know I don't. I want to meet more people. It's just nervousness about being lonely. Everybody has that. Jesus, like Brett feels lonely, and he's, yeah. I like Paul. I get on with him really well. Sometimes I find like him a little bit tiring, and I know that's probably hypocritical coming from me. But I worry. Yeah, yeah. I said, like, Brett won't give himself permission sometimes to not beat himself up, and I'm not good at doing that either, so I worry that I'm trying to be a bit more firm and decisive, but sometimes I just want to cry and have him hug me, and those two things don't align very well, because it's like, what the fuck? 1 minute you're, like, not telling, 1 minute you're doing this, and the next minute you're just falling apart, and I have no idea why. That's actually more scary than if I was constantly needy. The thing is, learning new things is scary. And when I get to a certain point of being scared, the OCD takes over and then I just can't function. And that's when I really need support. But that's the point when people aren't often there, it seems. Through no design. Just, if people think you're doing well, they tend to leave you alone more and just assume things are okay. And that's when I tend to trip up, is when I'm doing well. Everyone thinks I'm doing well. I don't know. I'm waffling. I'm sorry. No, no pressure. No pressure. A pianistic version, did you say? I'm very curious about this. Oh shit, the amount of times I've dropped my PS4 controller. Can you hear something stupid? I was worried that I would think that you might be jealous of me being given like nice things like that just for sleeping with someone. How horrible a thought is that on so many levels. Thank you. I didn't want it, and I didn't believe it, but I was afraid that it might be true, and it seemed stupid to ignore it, although I tried to. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what makes me feel sick inside, that I was even worried, because I know you know him, but all I could think about was how bad it might look and how you might be pissed off and how much it would scare me if you were. And then I'm not being kind to Brett then, because I'm just thinking only about you, and there are times when I only think about Brett and no one else, and I then I got on a grump about him, right? And then, like, this is what I mean, like, because I was feeling. But it's the feeling that drove me to be that upset, just that I needed to express it, was thinking, oh, you know, like, Alexis thinks Brett's a dick and maybe he's got a point. And I don't think I think that, but the fact that I had that thought and then I sent that message to him, that's what I mean. Like, what if I've got some negative self-esteem thing, like, with Justin, he was a dick sometimes to people, and I never stood up against it. And now I think sometimes I look for that when it's not there, and that would just kill me to do the other way around, rather than being a pushover to be an ungrateful cock. Sorry, the guy I first dated, who was very possessive and paranoid, and I had a friendship that had lasted me since we were like sub 10 go wrong because of my attention to him, not her. So he'd had a difficult family upbringing. It's not an excuse. Yeah, again, there's plenty of people like fucking Brett's upbringing was fucking terrible, and he's not got any of those fucking issues. So, or at least if he's had them, he's overcome them. I mean, we're also 18, so I know he was just constantly convinced that I was going to find somebody else, and then eventually I did, because not the least, he wouldn't ever accept. Yeah. But like, there are times now when I still think like, oh, god damn, I was such a pushover, and I get grumpy about stuff, and I think, right, well, I should do X, and then I confuse current situations for old ones where I was feeling things more intensely and had less experience, and I'm so easily swayed. Seems like I'm poorly motivated to be anybody's partner if that kind of nervousness firstly makes me think about only preserving our friendship at the expense of my relationship, and then only makes me think about checking whether I did anything bad in our relationship, and all the motivations are wrong. I'm not learning how to be a better person, I'm learning how to not feel bad or avoid doing things that would make me feel bad by upsetting people I care about. It's so meta, I hate it. It's so meta. I should have had that thought and been like, yeah, but I know that's silly, I know Alexis won't think X and blah. Like, I feel like I've second-guessed Brett without him even knowing it, and villainized him, and I kind of feel like he should. I'm worried. Okay, well, then I'll take that. I'm sure I am, it's just not knowing. I don't want the crazy to damage my life. As long as I can stop that, I can deal with the crazy. As long as I still have a life underneath that's working, you know, as it was before. I just don't. Yeah, it's all better, obviously, but like, I'd like my OCD not to be the agent that's dictating my destiny, or my, if not my happiness in total, then at least my direction. It can take my day-to-day happiness, but I don't want it to take my fucking agency and my interactions with people. I also felt like I was showing off as well. I'd be like, oh yeah, I've got a PS5 now. I felt awkward about saying it, because I'm very lucky, and I wouldn't be able to afford it myself, and I've got someone very kind and generous who looks out for me, and probably makes an effort to do things like that. He would anyway, but in particular because he wants to do more things with me, and that's one way he can bring me happiness and share something. And I'm just like, again, I'm turning into something bad when it's not. I just feel hyper aware. Okay. That's normally a good sign. That's normally a good sign. If I'm worried about it and it's not working, that's normally a sign that I'm at least okay with myself. This might be one of my bad nights, you know, this might be what they are now. That would be really cool. If they've gone from me screaming and crying and banging my head on the wall to this, and this is the worst it gets, I can live with that. That would be amazing. That's not what I meant, and you know it. And I know that you know it. Oh, why do I need to say that? Alright, I feel slightly less stressed and silly now, so I'm booting my PS4 up just to see where we're at. So yeah, I apologise. I feel like I need to, even if it does prohibit us from playing properly before we're done, I feel like I need to make an effort to make sure I sell it as soon as possible, because I'd like to make the most of, you know, the gift that Brett's given me and put more money in my bank account. Specifically, like he said, he doesn't want the money as well. I was like about to say, oh, I can give you the money, but I knew he'd say he didn't want it, and then he just said, yeah, by the way, don't give me the money back, sell it and put it in your account. I was like, thank you again. I need another word for thank you, because that's how many times. Yeah. See, now I feel like I'm bragging. Look how nice my boyfriend is. Fuck, I don't want to be sick. You know when I said I worry I'm sycophantic? And you were like, I can be a little bit. Like, that gets to me. Like, I worry a lot about how to show enough appreciation, but not be like fawning and compensating. He does accept it. He often says you don't have to keep thanking me. So I think I've got to the point where I'm kind of nervously saying it. That's something I'm doing. I'm nervously saying it too much. Like I'm probably making him feel uncomfortable. That's a good point. Ooh, thank you. I hadn't thought of that. I had not thought of that. Just pin it up. That's a really good idea, because then that would be a lot easier to take care of, and it would be, you know, Brett went to a car park to do the exchange to get my PS5. Like, I'm very grateful for that, but I would be scared shitless. It would be nice to go and deliver it to someone at work where I know everything's okay. I hand it over. That's true. And I would trust someone I, work with, because they could like, money and console in, swap things. I need to figure out how much I should sell it for as well, so I need to do some research, because I don't actually know what the going price is for a PS4 at the moment. It does, I say I'm being lazy when I get stressed. Even turning on a PS4 just to play a game with a friend seems like hard work. If I can go figure. No, that's not bad. I was thinking, Brett mentioned a couple of hundred as a ballpark, and I was thinking maybe slightly more, so even if it is just a couple of hundred, this is not a refurb, so, yeah. Okay. 200 seems like a good price to go for, then. Given this one's new out the box, I think it's the most recent version, and it's barely been played, right, so... Yeah. Actually, the sticker on the bottom has got a little bit of peeling on it, annoyingly, just from me sitting in my sweaty hands whilst playing Final Fantasy VII. Yeah. The little Sony strip across it. Like, yeah. Does yours have any on it, or are your hands, like, clean? Because mine is a little bit tired looking. Even, it looks like it's been used more than it has. The top of it looks mint. But that little sticker's got... Yeah, I don't know what's happened there. Like, everything else about it is perfect. But that little sticker is just, like... It's where the sweat from my fingers has gone into the corners of it. Like, the bottom part is absolutely pristine, but the top edge... So that's gonna probably dent the price, just because it looks older than it is. That's true. Yeah, it is. Like, the thumbsticks are perfect and everything is just literally that. I do not. It would just be the console itself. I have Final Fantasy VII. That's the only game I have. So yeah. From what you've said, obviously I probably should do more research, but from what you've said, it sounds like 200 would be a pretty satisfactory price to get for it. I might do that then. I suppose I could start with asking in the warehouse and stuff, and then find out from, or in the contact center. Oh, thank you, and I'll do likewise, or what haves. I appreciate it. Yeah, indeed. I mean, I'll take whatever risks you're happy with. My mum's been vaccinated now, but like, I'm not saying that I don't give a shit or that I want to be not sensible. I'm just saying she's had the one so far. It's the one that requires 2, so I think I don't know how many weeks it is between. Is it 6? Yeah, there's only one recently I think they've released that is actually 1 and can be stored at room temperature, I think I heard. Yeah. Okay, so it's not so much a top up as, like, in case the first one missed completely, because it's not 100% guaranteed. Haha. So it's more statistics for everybody. Like, even if one person's both shots and one person fail, I get it. Yeah, if you've got a whole population unvaccinated, really high threat chance. Whole population vaccinated once, significantly lower, but still people might fail on the immunity. Vaccinate everyone twice, and it probably is orders of magnitude safer than doing it once. I'm guessing. Yeah. And if she isn't, then everyone else, well, yeah, there's a much higher percentage of people who are immune, basically. I'm talking aloud and saying exactly what you just told me back to you, like I'm trying to be smart. Thank you. It's funny that. You're entirely right. Sometimes people confuse that with being told things. I've both done that and been told I've been doing that when I meant to be paraphrasing. Yeah. I always felt like maybe I should have been less grumpy with him. I tend to do that. Not necessarily because of the argument itself, but because of him just generally being a bad person. But that's not very useful when it comes to social interactions as a model. I was definitely being stubborn, and I was getting to the point where I just get grumpy with people and I feel like entitled. I don't ever want to do that with Brett. I don't want to fucking transfer shit from other people onto people now that I know care about me and that I don't deserve it. I really worry I do that. I do it to my mum sometimes, and she has to live with me. Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to know I was a good person without making myself feel crap, but if that's the trade-off, I'd still rather do that. Okay. I mean, I've been getting more and more that way. To moderate my grumpiness a bit more. And when I get stressed and obsessive and I start ticking and then I can't make room for people, I think I need to save that space so that I'm less stressed with people and I have more impatience with the OCD. That's what I'm trying to do. Generally. Yeah, it's really helpful. So I'm paying for 2 sessions a month, and Brett's paying for 2 sessions a month, and I had a little bit of a break over Christmas because Christmas she had 1 week off, and she also had to self-isolate because one of her kids got COVID at some point. They're fine. But yeah, I've had like 5 sessions in the last 2 and a bit months, and she's really good. We're talking about stuff that I've never talked about before, and it's not easy, but it is a different kind of conversation. I'm not feeling like I need to randomly talk to people or share things with people I don't know so well, or dump things on you or get angry with Brett. I'm coping with things a lot better, and it's making some things harder because it's bringing things to the surface that suck, but it's probably a good thing. yeah, I'd rather live in the real world and try and fix the stuff in my head than just keep pressing it down all the time. So, with her, I can be as angry or sad or scared or obsessive, mainly angry and sad. I can't be around other people because I don't want to. She's not going to have to worry. She's not going to be emotionally affected. So that's the stuff I was talking about with you earlier. And me worrying about upsetting you, upsetting Brett, upsetting Mum, it's not part of the equation, and that makes a huge difference. But yeah, obviously, you know what counselling is. That's exactly the whole point. Um, I'm really sorry. I need to go to the loo. I'm going to be back in just a minute. Thank you. Alrighty, I also need to clean my teeth while I'm in the bathroom, so... There's a... Fuck, I forgot there's a door screw just falling out of the door. That's not at all disconcerting. Oh, it's from the handle, right? Yeah, I know, right? It's a fucking metaphor. Right, back in a moment. Howdy. Well, I've got it up at the moment, so I can actually... I've messaged Dan as well, so I can see, in theory, when he pops on. I probably need to give him a call just to see if he's alive, awake, or both, yeah. That would be very strange, although I did watch an episode of Fringe recently where that seems to be the case. I do like reading it every time. Like for some reason my Facebook page still has the chat up where I said something about I'll be about 30 and you were like, you don't look a day over 25. And I keep reading that by accident and they go, heh. Mm-hmm. Okay, way too many Google pages open. Alright, it looks like he's alive. I was going to do something and I can't for the life of me remember what it fucking was. Oh, that's it, I was dickering around with my PS4. I keep hearing the PS4 music in the background and being like, what is that? It's this randomly calming music and I don't know where it's coming from. So if I'm going mad and I'm going to hear things, not the worst thing to hear, but it is a bit trippy. I should change. How lazy is this? I should change my router password, but if I do that, I have to sign everything that's currently logged in back in, which is probably actually only 2 items. And yet, it, yeah, it came with the message, and I was like, yeah, no. Where are you? I've taken so many pictures of the back of the router as well, just so I have. There it is. No, actually, no, you can use the fucking touchpad to type. Really, it's a little bit tricky to get used to, but I'm finding it to be fairly intuitive. Oh! Shit. I literally only discovered it today. The other day when I was wiping the hard drive. FE. Almost fucking know this one off by heart, the amount of times I've typed it in. I'm not one of those customers on the phone. I'm going to ask you to securely read your... don't read your number aloud, but securely type it into the phone. Okay. 4, 6, beep, beep, 5, beep, 9, beep. I feel obligated to steal from you now. Clearly that's what you want. Oh yeah. Actual callback there. No. Creative. If you're going to steal someone's car details, what would you buy? Was it a shit ton of pizza, or was it just one pizza? Fucking idiot. It didn't say pizza, Charles' CT shirts, did it? Please set the date and time. 3/2/21. Looks right. That's someone's password. Probably. Share the time. So, all of these setups. It's actually surprising how the PS5 controller feels a bit heavier. It actually feels even more like an Xbox controller, like the most like an Xbox controller out of all the ones they've made. No, sorry, like the 360 when everyone was like, "This is the best controller ever made," and they were kind of right. They've done away with some of the contours on the bottom, so it really is almost got that. You would glance at it and not know. Yep, the touchpad thing, yeah. I have to tell you, the PS5 has that, and I think it's even bigger. So, yeah, indeed. Oh yeah, do I have to? Okay, I have to sign into network. That's fine. Yeah, I might have to get this going after. I'm going to give Dan a quick call just to see if he's currently mobile. Back in mo. Excellent. He is alive and had seen my messages without me needing to call him. Indeed. He must be excited to hang out with me. Me. Oh, you flatterer. My head's starting to inflate. So if I'm signed in on PSN on 2 consoles, is that going to confuse the fuck out of it? Let's find out. I mean, it let me sign in on PSN on the PS5 so I could transfer from the PS4 to the PS5, so I'm going to guess it's going to be fine. Yeah, I've still got it on. So I think it knows, like, because it gives you the option to set your main console. It's on the PS4, it said make this my primary console, so I'm guessing it's, yeah, in case people want to collect all of them or some shit. Because Sony. That makes no sense. Yeah. Yeah, what the fuck? You clearly can do a share play, right? They've just decided from a marketing point of view that it's more money for them if they don't let you hang out with your friends. Yeah, it would be real nice if they patch it. Make our lives a little bit easier. It's weird, I remember being a kid and watching adults get stressed at this kind of stuff and being like, why is it so stressful? Setting up consoles is really fun, it's all upside. And now it's just like, why won't you work the way I expected you to? Now! Yeah. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. I, on the other hand, find it actively stressful, because it's like, sad, and sad equals stress, and stress equals anger, and anger leads to pain and suffering. The women and the children, all except Grogu. Because who could kill Grogu? The sign-in password is not correct. Oh, you absolute cockmunch. And it's wiped it, of course, hasn't it? My phone's like struggling to recognise my fingerprints as well. I don't know if it's because I've been playing quite a lot of guitar recently. If you have sweaty fingers or you... I'd have 3 holes in the roof of my mouth if that was the case. And I'd be dead. Depends which... Well, a couple of marks from where I used to suck my fingers, but no actual holes. Quite so. Oh, whoa, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, sorry, what's that? Is there a stream that I'm not seeing? Because I need to fix that. Ah! What the hell? Oh, so confused. Trying to, like, set up my account on my PlayStation 4 again, but, it says the password's wrong twice in a row. I can see you've upgraded this to the latest PlayStation, so fuck are your friends? Maybe I got my email wrong. course, it seems like this version, unlike the PS5 one, doesn't have the option to show you the password as you log in. If indeed the PS5 does do that. I think that the internet may be the one I'm thinking of. I know, it's just not safe. Alright, so... Got it right third time. Must have been the email. 419861. I'm trying to type it in, you fucking sponge. 419861. Verify me. Sign into the network. Set a password. Oh, I revealed my real name to you.
You did. I was quite shocked.
This is going to be funny. Would I like to transfer data from another PS4 to this one? Yeah, I can see where this is going already. It's still showing me as online, right? I was asking you in another building to check whether my PS5 is still online because I'm not even sure. I doubt it's going to find it. That is a fair point. Yes, well made. Jesus Christ. I'm so used to just being on Discord anyway, no matter what I'm doing. I'm going to blame that. Alright, so that's fine. I don't have to. I can reinstall it. I just need to be able to get the save file. No PS4 found. Yes, well, there's a reason for that. I didn't get 2 PS4s, did I? To cancel transferring the data. Not really, but you've not left me much choice. That's funny. It's showing me paying. It's showing me playing it on the PS5. Well, everything is harder work than it needs to be tonight. Alright, so...
Although, to be fair, transferring the data is just needed to the Horizon.
Yeah, it's just so I've got my save file, right? This doesn't stop me from starting it again, but then that would just be annoying. So, events, messages, party profile, trophies, settings, power... Thank you for looking. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I don't want to be in the trophies menu, that's not necessary. Sync with PSN. I wonder if that does anything. I had to do that last time. That's syncing trophies. I don't give a shit about the trophies. I'll just not tell them and keep it that way. Notifications, PlayStation Plus, friends, communities, events, messages, party profile. I mean, there's no like this this console, device, data, health, safety, storage, devices. No, I didn't ask to join PlayStation Plus. That was not deliberate. Manage save data. You can copy save data to an online storage or USB storage. How about I just fucking Wi-Fi it? Auto upload. You can copy save data to system storage. The problem is it's not on this console to start with. I was being so efficient. I was like, I'll delete it, I'll wipe it, everything will be fine. Alright, so joining PlayStation Plus appears to be the only way to use cloud storage. Even though I did transfer all my data through that fucking cloud to get it on the PS5. There's no save data link here. Oh, auto upload is also just another link that takes you to PSN. Okay. Power saving systems. Yeah, motherfucker. Maybe there's a PS5 menu that says transfer to a PS4, but there's nothing I can find on here. Short of using a fucking USB stick. If that even will work, I don't know, but there's no Wi-Fi streaming option between consoles backwards on the PS4. I suppose it wouldn't know the PS5 existed, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I'm being generous, they could patch it, but whatevs. Right. Right, let's go to this menu. So storage, save data and game apps. So where the fuck was it? Right. Oh, save data PS4. Copy your save data to cloud storage or a USB, or delete it from this console. Promising start. You can download to a friend's console and pick up where you left off. Now it's going to be like, it's in PS5 mode now, so brr.
You put a different number on it, so now it's never going to work.
Yeah, I have to subscribe to PS5, PS whatever plus to do that. Copy to USB drive. If you want to use the copied save data on another console, you need to update the system software of that console to the latest version. I have a horrible feeling that's going to be like, hey, you PS5'd it, so now it won't work. Although it is listed as saved PS4 data still, so there is a distinction. Spoiler warnings. What? Hello, data transfer. Right, that was the other bit I wanted to check. Transfer data from your PS4 to your PS5. This is on my PS5. Let's see. Not if it overwrites my Horizon Zero Dawn with nothing.